And here we go. This is going to be game 2 of G5 versus Fenix. We saw last game that Fenix just totally harassed G5 to death, killed so many probes, and G5 really didn't have much of a chance all game. And with me once again here, Biggity.
Yeah, man, absolute honor. That game was just ridiculous. G5 just bleeding probes up and down. Fenix doing a fantastic job. I have to say I'm very impressed because G5 is known for his V-Terran. He's known for being a very aggressive player. And right there, it looked like Fenix from front to end was just in control the entire game. Speaking of which, G5 starting in the bottom right-hand corner about the 4 o'clock position in brown. Fenix, in the meantime, at the 1 o'clock position in red. And this is going to be Othello. I feel like it's a very strong map. Well, just a very Terran map. So I think G5 is going to have a very hard time just between the vultures and just kind of the air possibilities and everything else here.
Oh, definitely. I mean, Blue Storm is not that good a map to harass on, but Fenix did a really good job of it. You know, G5 never could gain control. And Othello is just even much more to that style, you know. You have a lot more paths for the vultures to run through. You have a lot more dropship opportunities. And, you know, overall, I think it really favors Fenix's style that we saw in that last game on Blue Storm.
Do you think he's going to try to mix it up with air, or just keep it all on the ground with the vultures and just try to make sure that he plays ground control, just lay mines everywhere, just be as annoying as possible, keep G5's expansions down until he has a huge army, or is he just going to go for cliffside drops? Well, how would you approach this game?
Well, you know, on Othello, personally, I like to do the ground-based harass, and, you know, if it's height game, I'll mix in the dropship later, but just I think overall foreigners are more comfortable with the ground harass. You know, that air harass, it costs a lot of gas. It's hard to mix in. You know, if you're a vulture heavy player, sometimes it's hard to, you know, put tanks in a dropship and still be safe at home. So I guess it's going to be more of a stylistic preference for Fenix here, but I'm expecting more vultures than dropships from him.
In the meantime, looks like G5's going for something a little cute here. He's going for straight tech. He hasn't even sent out a scouting probe. He was just hoping not to get scouted, I assume. Got a pylon cybernetics core almost immediately, mining gas like crazy before he's even producing his first unit. Unfortunately for him, Fenix is scouting the right direction. He's going to get that scout off very early, and G5's going to have to block his ramp. I just don't see him doing it at this stage. In the meantime, Fenix also going straight for that factory build. And keeping his front door open is a little bit more, I would say it's more viable than last map. I was very surprised he left his front door open in the last map. It still paid off, so shows you how much I know. Anyway, but now he's going to get an eyeful here. He's going to see that gas being mined. He's going to see that cybernetics core up already. So he's going to be, wow, in a very good position. He's basically seeing G5's hand dealt at this stage. Look like G5 is now upgrading range.
And it looks like G5 is going to scout Fenix in plenty of time to get up that ramp and see what's going on. And with one guy on the gas, he's going to get plenty of information. He's going to see that it's probably going to be, you know, the one factory expand. I mean, I know we saw Handy take 2 guys off gas, and then after he got rid of the probe, he did re-add them and go 2 factory. But, you know, seeing the build that G5's doing right now, it's hard for Fenix to guess what this is going to be. I mean, already he's chased away that SCV rather, and all he saw is that 1 gate range, which can go into anything. And we see a Citadel of a Dun going up for G5, so I guess he liked the way his DTs acted last game. He's going to make some more. And Fenix, you know, without having this scouted, this could be a very hard position for him.
Yeah, wow, canceling that was very clever on G5's part. Going for, yeah, the quick drop for DTs, getting a robotics facility up as well as got the Citadel of a Dune down, feeling he got it done with the DTs last game, and knowing that Fenix just went a little bit lackluster on the detection last match, hoping it's going to be the same this match. We see mines being upgraded on the opposite side. The question is will the mines be in the right place at the right time? It almost feels like it's going to have to be a little bit of luck factor for Fenix here.
Yeah, and, you know, this is actually a very weird build. This isn't something you see every day, Marine Vulture opening. It's, in fact, very, very uncommon. Sometimes people do it against, you know, a very quick Zealot rush. Maybe if they send 2 Zealots at your base and you deal with them well, you can then open up with this and lay the mines, you know, keep those Dragoons at bay because they're so good against Marines and Vultures. But, you know, this is a very odd choice, especially considering he didn't scout it, and a little bit lucky on his part, really. But, you know, if he lays those mines spaced well, this could be very dirty for G5. You know, he could be trapped in his base for a very long time with this build.
Whew, yeah, looks like Fenix is going to go for an early second expansion now, pushing up with a lot of Marines, a lot of those Vultures, and taking a hit from that mine. That was absolutely what he didn't need right there. Now the Marines pushing up, able to take out 1 Dragoon. The question is will these 2 Dragoons be enough to defend the base at this stage in the game?
little bit of a technical difficulty there. 1 second. Windows key for the win, and now we have some probes on the ramp there. Totally killing all of the Marines. Wow, probes are pretty good.
Whew, and very loud screams coming across my screen, and now DT is coming off in defense. But Fenix has already got them scouted, and there's mines already there. Those DTs getting absolutely massacred by these mines out in the field, just trailing, and that poor DT right there. And that was it. That was G5's hand right there. Now continuing to produce the Dragoons and trying to bring more probes up the line of defense. But I just don't see it happening against the Vultures. Actually no more Vultures being set. I would expect Fenix to actually bring down more Vultures, and knowing that there's nothing else on the front door to push this, but instead just going to be content, I guess, to take a second expansion, actually taking a safe expansion up on the cliffside, knowing that he's got an economic advantage. I'm very surprised by that.
You know, he's playing pretty safe, and it's going to pay off for him because he is just getting so far ahead of G5. Look at this, 25 supply. I mean, he could be up at like 80 right now if it was a standard game. Fenix sitting at 37. That's pretty standard after the 2-fact. I mean, you always end up losing your units, and he is just so safe. We see spider mines all over the place, even down the ramp of the Protoss. So G5 can't even really expand right now. He's going to have to wait for this robotics, and then he's going to have to make a very hard choice. You know, do I get the observer and try to win this game back in a long game, or do I get a shuttle and try to, you know, drop DTs, which he has to figure is coming anyways. So really, this is like a lose-lose choice that G5 is going to have to make here.
Yeah, it just seems like it's a no-win, no-win situation. Maybe if he got a shuttle up and just put a DT out in the field to be annoying, and maybe, I don't know, have some map control, try to deny a third expansion with something cute like a DT at that section, which wouldn't last very long. Not when Fenix knows that their DT's on the field. He's not going to be able to get an attack on the main. He's going to see mines already being planted there. There's already a turret at the secondary. But maybe just try to deny a third expansion, try to take an additional expansion blind out in the field and hope Fenix doesn't scout it. But even then, there's Vultures out in the field, and the Vultures just see everything. They're just so far out. The mines planted all over the place, and they're just so fast. They can scout absolutely everywhere.
Yeah, and you know, if you're Fenix right now, you're basically sitting at your computer with a big smile staring at your minimap, because the only way that G5 can win this is to sneak out and do something. He doesn't have an expansion yet, and so Fenix, we see he's really turtling up. Look at these spider mines all around his main minerals. He's got some turrets. He really, I mean, again, I would put so many turrets on my base right now. I would have lines, I'd make an armory, I'd get my range for Goliaths, because as long as you don't die to something really cheesy very soon, you have got this game as Terran. I mean, he is just in such a good position. We see G5 has all manner of tech in his base, and, you know, how is he going to come back from this? You know, I don't know. Fenix has very tank light right now, but he's going to have plenty by the time G5 gets up there.
It looks like now Fenix is just, playing very, very safe. He's got this game essentially won, even without pushing on that front door. I'm still surprised he didn't, just funnel it down. Now it looks like G5 going to try to do some mine clearing, but still, Fenix in a very strong position. G5 might be able to take his secondary at this stage, but still, long term, he's not going to, actually, G5 looks like what he's going to do is going to go for a dual-pronged aggressive attack, try to attack the front door with those Dragoons, but he's leaving his, I was about to say, leaving his back door open in the meantime. Those Vultures pushing up, and they're going to back off from that single Dragoon. So 5 Dragoons at the secondary. It looks like a bit of Zealots in support in the meantime.
And it's kind of funny that he actually ran those Vultures away. If he had taken on that Dragoon, he would have been able to get up that ramp and kill even more probes. But, you know, I guess better safe than sorry. He doesn't need to kill more probes at this point, and I think he knows that. And here we go. G5's attack coming. The Bulldog, late game. 4 Zealots being dropped right on those 3 siege tanks, and these poor Dragoons trying to plow through. Looks like these siege tanks may, in fact, die over here. And that's going to leave 1 left, so G5 might be able to do a little bit of damage. But he's so low on Dragoons. Look at that, only 4 Dragoons left, and smartly he backs off. But at this point, what can G5 do to win here? I don't know. You know, I think that from here, Fenix finishes off Oops Reach, he finishes off Bisu, finishes off Best. There is no coming back from here. G5 would have to pull out something absolutely phenomenal, because Fenix is he is getting really big now. His macro is just starting in, and he is just going to go into roll mode pretty quick.
G5's going to need some spectacular micro here because he's going to be going up against larger armies with a actual mixed unit composition with basically little support. So I assume he's just going to go headlong with the dragoons he's got. Go with what you got rather than what you don't have, and just try to take as much territory as possible. Fenix, in the meantime, again trying to take an additional expansion a little bit conservatively. 2 tanks being taken out by G5. He is going to be able to deny this additional expansion. Looks like a probe getting pushed off a little bit. So he is going to be able to deny that expansion, but still the unit count 81 versus 47, just trying to do what damage he can with what he's got, now getting flanked by those vultures. Fenix, he's still got to be very comfortable in this position.
Oh, and the tank lives with 1 hit left. You know, it looks like it's suicidal, but that is what G5 is good at. I mean, he can push his dragoons into mines. He's really good at the battle micro against Terran, and that's one of his big strengths. But I mean, with no economy, what can you do? He's pretty hurt. Look at this. Vulture's coming back looking to harass. G5 finally making a nexus, but as you said, I mean, Fenix has over twice supply right now. He's got those 5 facts going. As long as he can make his depots, which is just, I mean, that is pretty challenging as a Terran player, but as long as he can make depots, he's pretty much got it. And it looks like he is just getting a very safe play. I mean, Fenix and G5 both want to go to Korea very badly as pro gamers. And so I am not looking down upon the way Fenix is playing this game. You know, if it was a practice game, I'm sure he would be much more aggressive, just, you know, sending units in. But he needs to win this game. If he wins this game, he goes on to the round of 8, as he already won the game on Blue Storm. And if he goes on the round of 8, I mean, that is a pretty big deal. 8 people left. And, you know, just wanting to go to Korea, a lot of pressure on both players. But Fenix just finishing him off very well.
Yeah, better safe than sorry, as the saying goes. And now G5 getting backed up once again on basically to his expansion. There's no way he's going to be able to take that 3rd expansion anytime soon. Now we see the Terran Seal starting to... G5 realizing that he's getting sealed and trying to push up, but it's too late. Those 4 siege tanks already in position. He's only got 7 dragoons, and 7 dragoons versus 4 tanks with vulture support and mines in front. It's just not going to happen. Turret's already up, and now G5, maybe he'll be able to, I don't know, just pump DTs at this point and hope that Fenix doesn't have defection down, that somehow he blew up his own mines to put down factories or something like that. But it looks like, unfortunately, G5 is going to be eliminated, and that's sad, because G5 has a special spot in my heart. He's the first guy to go, "You're an idiot, Diggity, and let me tell you how to improve." And I very much appreciated that from him. So it's a bittersweet here.
That is certainly nice of him, I tell you. I love it when people call me an idiot too, and that's why I'm rooting for Fenix. No, not really. But Fenix playing very good match here against G5, just totally tearing apart in his best matchup. You can see that he's a very motivated player. Despite losing WCG Peru, it looks like he will be advancing in this tournament to the round of 8. And just really, I mean, very good play harass-wise. I'm pretty impressed by it, you know. He's kind of a cheesy SCV killer as Protoss, and I guess he's the same way as Terran against Protoss. So his style really showing through, you know, using his own unique style to do very well in the Spirit tournament so far.
Yeah, I have to say he's just played perfectly against G5, going very conservative against G5's very aggressive play and not falling for anything here. And G5 just getting backed out of his own expansion. That was a beautiful push-up in siege, and now G5 is just getting the artillery shell. It's this is kind of like World War II London, where you just see those planes coming up above and there's nothing you can do to stop them. The bombs fall on London here. And just unsieging looks like a little bit of cliffside hit, but honestly too little too late, and just all sorts of tanks pushing up and catching them a little bit out of siege position, but honestly with the vulture support doesn't make a difference. Those dragoons are still going to get wiped out. And just desperately trying to hold that front door, trying to hold that ramp, but it's just not going to happen.
Yeah, and G5, he just does not want to leave this game. You know, unlike Great Britain in World War II, G5 is not going to end up winning. And this is really going to hurt his chances in going to Korea. I mean, losing first round, that is quite painful. You want to do as best you can. I mean, it's not the winner of the tournament who goes to Korea. It's whoever they are most interested in. But if you lose first round, I mean, it's hard to make a case for you. So, you know, this is a painful loss for him. I'm sure he's wiping the tears from his eyes as he gets ready to GG it. And just, I don't know, a last-ditch attack by these Dragoons when Fenix comes up the ramp. Not too sure, but I have to say I am sad to see him go. G5, an excellent player, very interesting, one of the more fun corners to watch. But, you know, Fenix, he deserves it. He played very well this game, and he has been playing very well throughout the tournament. And, you know, I guess he's going to go pretty far.
I hope to see G5 in more tournaments coming up. I know he's going to be at WCG, but really here, I don't think that this displayed the pure capacity of his skill and how good he is. He really is Guerrilla Toss, as far as guerrilla warfare rather than Guerrilla the animal. Just really good at the just sneaky tactics, really good about being just his aggressive style of play. I think is really fantastic, but against Fenix's conservative style, just did not match up well here.
Yeah, and you said Gorilla Toss, and really G5's a very big guy. He's like 6'5". He's like a monster Viking, so I guess that fits him pretty well. Anyways, Fenix takes it out 2-0. Very nice play by him, and GG.